Alright, so I want to do a response video to a dose of Buckley. Now, I know I occasionally still watch a video or two of a dose of Buckley, even though he did kind of put his foot on his mouth on the issue of guns in my country. But that's a different video altogether. Obviously, you know, he's speaking a lot out of ignorance on that topic. The main point of this video, is about your hobbies, the things you love to do on your free time, and how that may or may not affect your chances in a dating relationship. And to be honest with you, unless your hobby is clubbing baby seals or something like that, it's not really your hobby that's going to kill your chances of a relationship with a certain girl so much as it is going to be how you handle that. Obviously, if you get secretive about your hobby with that girl or that woman, they're not going to like that too much. But at the same time, I mean, the hobby doesn't have to be the conversation starter. Now, this is coming from a guy who, you see my rifle rack in the background, you see my gun rack in the background, and obviously, a big gun guy. But you know what? I've dated a few people that were in favor of gun control. And actually, one of them, well, she came from New York, and our first time meeting, it was at a friend's house who she didn't know he was a gun enthusiast either, and meeting me, she didn't know I was a gun enthusiast at first, but, hell, whenever me and my buddy meet up, usually we break out the guns. And this is actually, I think, the first gun of mine she ended up seeing. And her question was, well, why on earth would you need something like that? Now, I didn't react, and say, well, fuck you, bitch, because it's my right, or something like that. What I instead did was explain to her everything I loved about the rifle. In a calm fashion. Wasn't defensive or anything like that. And I think, for those of y'all who are into the more geeky stuff, maybe Star Trek or collecting comics, guys, that's probably not going to be what kills you. Just don't get defensive about it. Obviously, don't, walk up to some random girl on the street and say, hey, you want to come back to my place and see my Star Trek collection or check out my comic book collection or something like that. Probably not a very good opener there. Just talk to them by yourself. And ironically, on this very same girl I was talking about who had the culture shock at my buddy's house, again, she's kind of in favor of gun control. In fact, hell, one night we were on the phone and she was arguing about she didn't see why I didn't support the, quote, universal background check bill. But you know what? One of the things I did was I was able to influence her a little bit. And guys, you might have that same opportunity. Got her out, got her to the range, and you know what her two favorite guns are? The FNH 5.7 and the FNH PS90. Not very popular among the gun control crowd. In fact, the gun control crowd would probably love nothing more than to see these two firearms banned at the federal level. Don't get me wrong, I think this pistol is pretty much banned in New York, California, and New Jersey. I could be mistaken. I know the magazines aren't legal in any of those states. And I know this particular bullpup carbine is banned in California, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and pretty much all states where there's a, quote, assault weapons ban. Now, this woman would always, whenever we're talking, about, oh, well, can I have this gun in New York? Well, no, it's illegal there. She's like, damn it, why are all the guns I like illegal in my home state? So, I mean, there are ways to influence them. And I figure if she ever got a better paying job and she actually ended up getting more into guns, she would be the FNH fangirl. Although another rifle she does like, ironically, she likes the bullpup carbines. It was my DeVore. And who knows? Maybe on y'all's end, you meet a girl, maybe she's not into comics just yet. And, y'all start dating. She might very well pick up that hobby. It's very common when you date somebody, sometimes pick up on some of the hobbies or get turned on to some of the hobbies and things that they like to. It's just human nature. So, with that being said, guys, I think at the end of the day, your hobby's not what's going to make or break you unless your hobby is, say, something like, robbing convenience stores or, something like really fucked up. And I think maybe, having a hobby could increase your relationship. Now, another caveat to that is that there are some girls that are princesses, so to speak. And I think Buckley referred to them on his video as the girl on Facebook, posted the picture of her with her new makeup and going to Cancun and everything like that. Well, if you got a woman like that, you're really not going to please her. If you've got the woman that's incredibly beautiful and is entirely self-centered because she's never been told no in life, there's just no winning with that, guys. And, trying to appease somebody like that, well, you're not going to get very far and you're only going to make yourself miserable. Let it go. I mean, another caveat I wanted to add to that is, be prepared to get shot down, proverbially speaking. Doesn't matter how many women you've been with, doesn't matter how many beautiful women you've been with, doesn't matter how many pretty cool women you've been with, at one point or another, you are going to get told no. You're going to get rejected. It might not even be you. It might be the fact she's already in a relationship. So, bear that in mind, too. And by the way, you don't want to be picking up on a girl that's already in a relationship. There's just too many problems with that. One, if you can pick them up out of another relationship, the odds are they're going to leave you for the next guy. And the second thing is that you got to deal with all the baggage that comes with it. And there's a lot of baggage that comes with it. And the other caveat I wanted to say on that one is, guys, you'd be surprised at the caliber of woman you can get. You can get some pretty beautiful women. The thing is you got to keep cool about yourself, and you got to keep your composure, right? And it's just as easy as that. And one last thing. If somebody ever wants you to give up your hobbies or the things you love for them, that is a dead giveaway. You don't really want to be with them. Believe me on that one. I have an ex-girlfriend who's now an ex-girlfriend because she told me that, well, she just wasn't going to have any guns in our house. Oh, it's our house now. You must be sorely mistaken. Yeah. Don't get discouraged over that either. Alright. So, with that being said, hopefully this adds on to this issue, and hopefully it helps you all out too. Y'all take her easy now.